Licorice's Big Adventures, The Tale of a Cat Dog, Cockapoo. Chapter 1. Licorice the Cat Dog. Once upon a time, in a cozy little home, there lived a mischievous black cockapoo puppy named Licorice. She was no ordinary puppy. Licorice believed she was a cat. At just 5 months old, weighing only 11 pounds and measuring 12 inches tall, she was a whirlwind of energy and curiosity. Licorice had a knack for creating chaos. The kitchen was her playground, where she would leap onto tables and counters with the grace of a feline, much to her mommy's dismay. No corner was safe from her curious paws. She could turn a spotless room into a wonderland of scattered toys and shredded tissue in the blink of an eye. But that's not all. Sometimes, for no apparent reason, Licorice would enter what her family called zoom mode. She would dash around the house at incredible speeds, more like a tiny cheetah than a dog, her little legs carrying her on grand adventures from the floor to the furniture and even onto her mommy's bed. Coco, the full-grown cockapoo of the house, watched in bewilderment. He thought he was the favorite, but Licorice's antics often stole the show. Despite her mischievous ways, Licorice was loved dearly. She was the most beautiful blend of dog and cat, bringing endless joy and laughter to the home. Each day was a blessing with Licorice, the delightful little bundle of joy who danced through life on her own unique beat, proving that in her heart, she was not just any dog, but a special little cat dog that everyone adored. Chapter 2. Licorice's Forest Adventure. In the golden light of the afternoon, Licorice and her brother Coco were playing in the yard. Coco, a robust 3-year-old cockapoo with a coat the color of cocoa, watched as Licorice's cat-like curiosity got the better of her once again. Suddenly, a squirrel caught Licorice's eye from beyond the fence. Her instincts kicked in, and she couldn't resist the chase. With the agility of a cat, she scaled the fence and leaped over it, disappearing into the thick forest that bordered their home. By the time her mom noticed, it was too late. Licorice, with her sleek black fur, had blended into the shadows of the encroaching dusk. Her family, filled with worry, called out for her, but the forest swallowed their voices. Coco paced anxiously, his eyes fixed on the forest, hoping for a glimpse of his little sister. Deep in the forest, Licorice's adventure turned into a maze of shadows and sounds. Trying to find her way back, she realized she was lost. The house, with its welcoming lights, seemed a world away. Exhausted, scared, and feeling alone, Licorice found comfort next to a warm, gentle body. A sleeping deer had become her companion for the night, offering a safe place for the little adventurer to rest. As the first rays of dawn touched the forest, Licorice and her new friend stirred, ready to face the new day. Chapter 3. The Search and the Surprise. As dawn broke over Little Egg Harbor, the world was quiet, but Licorice's home was anything but. Her family was up at first light, their hearts heavy with worry. They ventured into the vast forest, calling for Licorice, their voices echoing among the trees. The woods were alive with creatures, some friendly, some not, making their search even more urgent. Back at home, Coco stood guard by the fence, his eyes scanning the dense foliage for any sign of Licorice. His little sister was out there somewhere, and he felt her absence deeply. Meanwhile, Licorice was having an adventure of her own. She had met a gentle deer in the forest and followed her through the trees, hoping to find a familiar path home. But everything looked strange, and her tummy rumbled with hunger. In her quest to return, Licorice wandered further, her heart growing heavy. Then, in a moment of solitude, she let out a howl, a call to the home she missed. The forest remained silent, but then a small mouse scurried by, igniting Licorice's playful spirit. With a swift pounce, she caught it, satisfying her hunger and sparking a new burst of hope. Now, with renewed energy, Licorice continued her journey through the towering trees, guided by the chorus of the forest birds. Her family search was far from over, and Licorice's adventure in the great outdoors was taking twists and turns. What new discoveries would she make? And would she find her way back to the loving arms waiting for her at home? Chapter 4. The Forest Friend and Homecoming. Licorice's adventure took a new turn as she pranced through the forest, her paws kicking up leaves and her heart full of wild joy. Feeling invincible after her mouse hunt, she saw herself as both the alpha of the woods and a stealthy jungle cat, embracing the freedom of the forest. As she explored, the symphony of birdsong and the rustle of the breeze through the trees filled the air. She chased after squirrels, leapt at fluttering leaves, and basked in the cool, dappled sunlight. But her solo journey took a delightful twist when she encountered a striking red-striped cat whose gaze held a curious spark. Recognizing a fellow feline spirit in Licorice, the cat approached her and, with a gentle nudge, seemed to invite her on a journey. Licorice, thrilled to find a kindred spirit, followed eagerly. They darted through the underbrush to a hidden glade where the sun filtered through the canopy, creating a golden tapestry on the forest floor. Here they paused, basking in the serene beauty of this secret place, sharing a moment of peaceful companionship. Chapter 5. The Search, Surprise, and Unexpected Ally. As dawn broke over Little Egg Harbor, the search for Licorice intensified. Her family scoured the vast forest, their calls echoing through the trees, while Licorice, unaware of the growing concern at home, was making a new friend in the red-striped cat. They explored the woods together, sharing moments of playful joy and newfound companionship. In a quiet clearing, Licorice, wanting to show affection, brought a branch to the red cat as a playful gift. The cat, in return, nuzzled against Licorice, solidifying their bond. Amid this peaceful exchange, an unexpected figure appeared. Mandy, the coyote, his appearance marred by mange and missing fur, casting a menacing shadow. The tranquility of the clearing was shattered as Mandy leaped forward. Licorice and the red cat braced for danger, but surprisingly, Mandy's target was not the playful puppy, but a stealthy owl descending from the trees, eyeing Licorice as its next prey. In a twist of fate, the coyote's intervention saved Licorice, driving the owl away after a brief struggle. Shaken but unharmed, Licorice and the red cat realized that appearances could be deceiving and that sometimes help comes from the most unexpected sources. With the coyote inadvertently becoming their protector, the two friends ventured deeper into the forest, their bond strengthened, and their journey filled with new adventures and discoveries, far from the worries of home and the dangers they had just escaped. Their journey continued to an abandoned garden, overgrown and mysterious, where the cat deftly navigated through the tangled greenery, leading Licorice to a forgotten fountain, now home to playful frogs and shimmering dragonflies. This enchanting spot, lost to time, felt like a fairy tale come to life, and Licorice was captivated by its magic. Next, they ventured to the woodpile near the gray shed, a place that smelled faintly of pine and earth. This woodpile, belonging to Licorice's mom's next-door neighbor, became their playground, with nooks and crannies perfect for hide and seek. Licorice, guided by her feline friend, discovered the joy of agile leaps and quick dashes, her doggy clumsiness giving way to a more graceful, cat-like agility. It was here, during their playful exploration, that the distant sound of panic pierced their adventure. Coco's barking echoed urgently, pulling Licorice's thoughts back to her family. From the edge of the woods, she saw her home, where her worried family and Coco were searching frantically for her. With a heavy heart, but a spirit enriched by her journey, Licorice bid farewell to the red cat, her guide and guardian through the forest escapade. She raced home, leaping into her mommy's arms, overwhelmed by a flood of love and relief. Her family's joyous cries filled the air, celebrating her return. The red cat, having silently witnessed their reunion, gave Licorice one last knowing look before disappearing into the shadows of the trees, leaving behind a bond that promised future adventures. Back in the safety of her yard, Licorice and Coco romped playfully, their antics a dance of reunion and shared happiness. Inside, warm beds and bowls of food awaited them, but Licorice, with a lingering glance towards the wild woods, knew her adventures had only just begun. Yet for tonight, the comfort of home was all she desired, her dreams alive with the memories of her forest friend and the adventures that lay ahead. Thank you for reading our story. You will find other books by Lidia LoPinto by searching for Lidia LoPinto on Amazon. Other books for children include The Adventures of Coco Marshmallow's Wigglebutt, Butterfly and the Chameleon, The Magical Christmas Tree, Boots and Bows learn about forest conservation from a magical talking Christmas tree and animals, Boots and Bows Adventures, El Árbol de Navidad Mágico, Botas y Monitos aprenden de la conservación de los bosques.